What is up, Vault Pro Scooters YouTube fans out there? Today we got another how-to, and it's gonna be maintenance and kind of installation guide. So you might have guessed by the title, we're gonna be looking at fenders today. I got a couple examples right here. Of course, the infamous Chetty, one that started all off for us, most popular. And then we got the new guy on the block, the Trinity fender. And the difference between these two, aluminum, steel, 1 bolt, and you could do 1 bolt on this, but you also got enough room for 2 bolts. And then as well, if you are riding the Trinity, the back wheel is going to be exposed over the top. This is just going to stop your foot. And with the TSI, if your wheel is small enough, it will fit right here. And so you can actually land on top of this and never touch your wheel. And you can see that the TSI tapers at the top, so that makes it a little bit harder with wide wheels, bigger wheels. And the Trinity will be a little bit better for fitting most decks and wheels. So now we know about what a fender is. Of course, you're going to want to install it on your deck. If you have a deck like this, top mounted brake, and of course an empty bottom, it's as easy as that. Just remove your old brake and install with the new hardware. Now where it can get a little bit more difficult is a couple companies like Root, even though they include a fender. Let's say you don't like the look of that fender, you want a new one. You see the bolts up top, so you're like, yeah, I'm good, let me just install it. Right. Ooh, that's a no-go. Another type that might give you some trouble is bottom mounting. So on bottom mounting brakes, there's no bolt holes up top, and like it sounds, you're actually screwing it into the bottom. So if you were to try to put a fender on this, it's not gonna work. You can't mount it to the bottom. So we're gonna show you how to modify these decks today. And of course, you can't forget District 2, they slide in, so you're gonna have to modify the top and the bottom. Not that big of a deal, so let's go over some of the tools you are gonna need. You will need your Allen wrench. You'll need some sort of socket. We like these Park Tool Y socket. The size 10 will work, and these work really good because of how skinny they are. So when we drill out the bottom of the deck, we're able to get it actually through the hole. And of course, you need a drill, or if you don't have a drill, you can also use a angle grinder. So there's a couple techniques you could do, and we'll show you both of the techniques I've used in the past. And these ones, good condition, so we're gonna use my old Iconoclast deck. And for this one, we're gonna be actually drilling. So let's get into it. And with the bottom mounting, it is pretty nice. It kind of gets you a guide to already start. If you have a deck that has no holes in the top or the bottom, you're gonna have to just choose one to drill first and then pass through the top. So what I mean by that is we have this hole already started, and once I widen it up enough to fit this tool through this hole right here, then we can just take the right size drill bit for our bolts to go through the top, and we'll just put that straight through the hole so we know it's lined up, and just drill from the bottom so we know there's not going to be any issues with alignment. All right, let's get chopping, baby. I don't know how this is chopping, we're drilling. That now allows us to kind of fit through. Boom, perfect. And just like I said before, we're gonna kind of get the center of that lined up. We're just gonna put through another drill bit to get our top hole. If you wanna go professional, definitely measure. There we go. Get all these shavings out of here. Let's see how we did. Poke through the top of the grip tape. Now we can check it out. Get through there. And one issue with just doing the drill, I mean, it looks a lot cleaner, but the reason why I usually use the angle grinder is you can chop out a large section and you're not stuck playing operation like this. Trying to get that washer on. Oh, so close. All right, washer is on. Get our nut. Here we go, operation. There we go, pretty much almost done with the alignment of the bolt. You can see just by moving the top how that would cause you issues if you weren't careful to make sure it's all lined up. And keep in mind, I mean, you saw how quick I was adjusting on the fly. If you are modifying your scooter, don't expect it to go smooth. Gotta be ready to adjust and adapt. Let's say right now that I didn't even have enough clearance for my wheel. You might have to drill another brake hole a little bit further up, put some grip tape over that one. There we go. Quick modification right there. And before, you wouldn't be able to run a Chetty on this deck, just like that we are. And if you don't have a drill, or you're a little bit more rogue like me, and you just want to kind of go hard at it, we'll show you that too. We got this old deck, found it in the front of the store. Someone donated it. So we're gonna show you how to quickly do this. So this is the type of deck that has just 2 top brake bolts. Most decks are gonna just have 2 top brake bolts and probably covered in the bottom. These are pretty easy to get to work, and you don't have to be as careful with the drill bit, but just know that it's gonna be a little bit uglier on the bottom. Just grab a file it all out. You'll be good. Since we do have a vise outside, I'm gonna use it. I would definitely recommend using it. You don't want to unsecurely be operating a angle grinder and just sparks flying everywhere and you're trying to cut while holding the other one. That's just a bad idea. All right, let's do it for safety. Here we are, TheVaultProScooters. And to remind you, the goal here is just to be able to access this bottom kind of section right here. So this is the willy-nilly. I need to install my brake and go shred. Probably gonna void your warranty anyway, so why make it look pretty? Let's do it. So there you go, just did a little line and then dug in deep and then just went across. You can see I didn't go all the way through when I went across. That's because then you're gonna get 2 lines out there. We don't wanna make it look too bad. Let's get some pliers. And you could use a file right now, but I'll kind of give it a more curved shape just by using this. So put your goggles on, boys. We're going back in. Yeah, no Picasso, but there you go. No measuring. And actually you can see here I got access to 1 bolt and the second one is still covered. So if we were gonna get both bolts in, we'd wanna go further, but you already saw me do that, so no need to waste time. And of course, I would definitely recommend either getting some sandpaper or some grip tape, just removing any harsh edges from it. And if you're a real perfectionist, you could actually kind of get a much nicer round shape going all the way around. We just want this for safety because you're going to be right here working. Ow. Just like that, we should be able to install our fender. We're going to go back inside and see how easy that was. All right, guys, we're back in the studio. This is our previous brake. Something to point out here, if you have the top mounting and you cut out the bottom, you can still run this brake. On the bottom mounting, however, you won't be able to use that hole anymore. So once you modify this one, you're done. You're stuck with going either a fender or a top mounting brake, but that's pretty easy. A lot of people sell top mounting brakes. Just something to let you know, if you decide to go back to this, you're gonna have some issues with it. Here, if you're like, I don't like the fender life, I wanna go back, you're good. Now let's check it out. Let's put the Trinity on this one. Here's something you don't see much. Neochrome Fusion with a silver Trinity fender on it. And then this is why I personally do this method, is how long it took me to get the bolt, everything going when we did the nice precision hole. Although it does look cleaner on that one, this one is much easier. And I'm all about form following function. So I'd rather make my life easier to work on my scooter than have it be a little bit prettier. And then if my scooter gets undialed and I care about it, then I'm like, oh man, I gotta play operation on my scooter again. That's just quick and easy. In case you didn't know, fenders can fit a lot of different wheel sizes, so you can push it up forward and fit a bigger wheel, push it back, fit a closer wheel, and get more foot space. So just like that, that probably took me half the time, 10, 15 minutes from start to finish, and I have a fender on a deck that would not fit a fender before. So there you go. Those are 2 methods we use here at the Vault in case you want to put a fender on our own personal scoots. If you want us to do it, definitely come in store. We'll get it done for you, but keep in mind, most manufacturers, this will void the warranty if they want to. So if you're already past the warranty and you want to do a fender, just run it, man. Good. There we go, guys. Let us know if you want any other tutorials on how to work on your scooter or do some slight modification. Again, to reiterate, if you are modifying, you are putting a part on there that isn't supposed to work, that stuff's gonna go wrong. You gotta be willing to adapt. If the bolt doesn't work, you're gonna have to go to the Ace Hardware, get a better bolt, go get a file. You're gonna need some tools on hand. If all you have is an Allen wrench, you're not gonna be able to modify it. That's it. That's it. All right, see you next time.